Howdy there. I watched True Grit for the second time the other day, and I loved it. I'm giving it a 9. It's definitely one of the great Coen Brothers films. True Grit is about a young lady whose father is murdered, and she sets out for vengeance or justice, however you want to look at it. She does so by hiring a U.S. Marshal, played by Jeff Bridges, and basically it's their trek to find Cheney, the man who shot her father down. I really enjoyed this movie. It's written, directed, produced by the Coen brothers, Joel and Ethan. They are, one of the great directing team. I want to say directors. They're one of the great directors working today. They are American masters. They're probably one of the biggest influences still working. So every time a Coen Brothers film comes out, it's something of an event to me. And I think this one holds up. Again, this is the second time I've seen it, and as with all Coen Brothers films, even lesser Coen is much better the second time around. And usually, if they're great Coen films, then they're better the third time around, and so on and so on. This, is certainly the case here. The language is so hard to crack. I mean, the language of the film, not like bad language, but their language is tough to crack. Obviously, they speak in English that is practically dead. And so you have to get into it. You have to have an ear for it. And I knew that going in, so I had to, focus right off the bat. And I think I was richly rewarded for that. The movie stars Jeff Bridges, Haley Steinfeld, Matt Damon, Josh Brolin. Who else is in there? Oh, I just forgot his name. He's great in it. Barry Pepper. Almost unrecognizable, but fantastic job. Some random character actors that you will recognize. That's what the Coens specialize in, is getting these character actors that you know and probably love but just don't know their name, and then giving them an amazing scene to act in. I think all the acting is great here. I mean, really, all of the acting is great. All of the acting is very stylized. The whole film is very stylized, I thought. If it keeps it from being perfect, it's because it's trying to be too perfect, I thought. Even though they're in the Old West, and some of the characters look very clean and shiny, and others, actually look like, I don't know, I just thought everything was just too perfect. Just that, I don't know, it was just too perfect. And I kind of want to blame Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg was a producer on this film, and I just think that that's what Spielberg does. Spielberg makes everything shiny, and this is really recent. Not so much, his whole career, but recently he's just made everything too shiny happy for me, and I think that's his influence here. So again, it's still, I can't really vocalize it or maybe accurately express what I'm trying to feel or show you, but I don't know, it was just too perfect, a little too shiny for me. And even when it was supposed to be grimy and ugly, it was still too perfectly grimy and ugly. So I don't know if that makes any sense. but I still love the film. It was very well directed. I think the real star of the show here is the script and the interesting way it was written. It's like any Coen Brothers film. It's infinitely quotable. There's tons of memorable lines here. Not that I can remember any off the top of my head, but this is just a kind of movie that I can't wait to watch, 4 or 5 times, and have lines ready to go and memorized. A lot of the scenes, they are, again, 2 characters interacting. Sometimes there are more than 2, but usually you just have these 2 characters going head to head, and the acting is always great, and the writing, the writing is just fantastic, and the interplay between the characters, I mean, for every single character, seems just spot on. It was beautifully shot. It looked gorgeous. Really enjoyed the score. All the performances are great. I thought that, I've never read the book or anything, but I thought that, I didn't know if the sparkling language, because I've read that the Coen Brothers did their best to bring the way that Portis wrote and bring that out and bring his wordly flair to the screen. So I don't know how much of that is Portis, and I don't know how much of that is Coen Brothers. But it's a beautiful blend, no matter who's more there. I don't know. I really like this movie. I think it's one of the year's best films, easily. And I think it's a great tale of America, and what America used to be, and how far we have come, and how that isn't really good, because you don't see people like that's depicted in this film, and it's just, I don't know. I think we've lost something. It definitely, and I think that it serves as kind of a wake-up call. It was like, this is where we come from. This is what we should be. And we've not done a good job. I just thought it was a fantastic film. Fantastic film. One of the year's best. I'm giving it a 9, solid 9. I think it's very repeatable. Definitely can watch it many times and be very rewarded after each time. So it's a great film. I don't really know what else to say. One of the Coen Brothers' best in recent years. Well, I mean, again, for me, every Coen Brothers is really good. It's really good. Even the not so great stuff, I think, is somewhat rewarding. So this definitely goes right along with the pantheon of the Coen Brothers' work. And it's a great film, one of the best of the year. It's a 9. It's true grit. Thanks.